Salute, 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 everybody. Welcome to Miss Parker. Miss Parker. I hope everybody's had a blessed hump day this far. Let me drop the link for my host. Shank Rock, you guys. Also, don't forget to hit that like button. If you have a channel, even if you don't go live, if you don't mind sharing this out for us, and make sure you're subscribed to both channels, me and Shank Rock's channel, because we're gonna be doing unfiltered and uncensored conversations with different topics on both channels. Okay. Also, I have a YouTube Go set up on the channel, but this time it's for Shank Rock because where his live was so interrupted by the Wi-Fi, the StreamYard, and everything, all the malfunctions and stuff. I want to pay it back in full to him. So this channel is dedicated right now to Shank Rock and his conversation with me on this topic about this sick man, McNutt, TD McNutt. Hey, Lily Jean. Hey, how are you? So as Shank Rock was getting into the video, I kind of took it back toward me and Shank Rock when Miss Nikita hit the panel, so we can kind of see what she was saying and what she was referencing too. Because I think Nikita might be Cam's mom. I'm not sure if she's the victim of Cam's mother or if she's Cam's mother, but I think the couple is kin to Cam as cousins and some more stuff. But I want to make sure we hear all the information that's being told. Shout out to Jedediah Brown. If I can get one of the moderators to drop Jedediah Brown's link for me. And let's get those goals up. They start at 99 cents, you guys, just 99 cents. So let's hit that goal for me and support the channel and also support me and Shank as we try to keep bringing you guys good content, okay? And doing this in an unfiltered and uncensored way, how we see things from our perspective. Salute, Shank.
Salute, Miss Parker. Salute to the riders.
Hey Kay, what's going on? Hey Ladana, what's going on? Hey Jamie, I see you, sis. I started it back where Nikita hit the link, Shank, if you don't mind. Just kind of, to get back on track with everything to see what is starting this confusion and stuff like that, if you don't mind. You okay to start there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hi, how are you?
So obviously these are Cameron's cousin's parent. They're saying that Cameron, obviously I don't know if you were saying at all, but they're saying you was not. So they're saying that Cameron did not inappropriately or was not a predator in the situation that was described for their daughter. And it kind of sort of refused.
What Callie said. What DCF, I don't know what DCF reported out from all the kids.
If we could be respectful of each other, I would really appreciate it.
So listen, she said that's not what Callie said, and they said we didn't get that from that's not what all the kids said. So it's got to be more than one victim with this situation that's evolving around Cam, and it's actually scary, Shane, because it's almost like how many victims is there really out here?
It's a good point.
And a lot of times victims are scared to speak up, Shane, just because the power that TD McNutt probably showed them, almost like the Epstein situation with the girls that's coming out, Bill Cosby, how people wait years to speak out. Do you think it could be fear of power that the victims feel like the abuser has over them?
Yeah, and especially in this one, his position. He's an apostle. He got so many followers, and he got them brainwashed. So it's like you up against a machine. You up against a brick wall. And we see just his whole demeanor. We see his aura. We see his get down. I don't see why the followers don't see it. I don't see why at least one is pointing out, wait a minute. wait a minute. The apostle shouldn't be getting at this little boy like this. But maybe they are, and maybe it's going to eventually come out. Maybe somebody will speak out.
Yeah. And but Shank, we're going now from the past, and the past is happening now in the present. So what you saying that it's almost like, I agree with you 100%. Like, hey, hold on, this ain't looking right. We had this same thing happen, and there's no way it's a different set of kids now. It's happening again. So I agree with you 100% on that one, Shane.
And it's like in the baby Genesis case, the mother friends, noticed something wasn't right, and only if they would have said something sooner, who knows what the outcome could have been. It could have probably been a better outcome. So for his followers, for McNutt's followers, if y'all would come forward and nip it in the bud and say something, and because I'm sure with all those followers, I'm sure that they children probably have stories to tell as well. And I'm sure that at least one, I'm gonna put some money on this. At least one child in that congregation went to his parents about McNutt, and that parent refused to do something. I put some money on it, Miss Parker.
I agree. I can agree with you 100%, Shank. I agree. It's almost like that situation with Shannon when you think about it, being so headstrong for the apostle, you know what I'm saying, that they did nothing about what their child came forward and said. So I agree.
Absolutely. So yes, Cameron did touch on, and he also admitted himself, church, okay, that he touched on my daughter, and that he wanted to apologize to the cousin because he hadn't apologized yet. So he, out of his own mouth in church, which actually recorded on live with power, admitted her.
Well, Callie admitted that she touched him too.
I don't know.
Or was he being a predator?
So,
Shane, did you hear the words that was just used? Mm-hmm. Was they experimenting? Listen to the words that are really coming out of the. I couldn't believe what I just heard. What kids underage are experimenting? Whoever said whoever said inappropriate touching is experimenting. This is why we're gonna be here forever with people like not even just TD McNutt, that the kids are be failed because we still have these people with these that is uneducated, Shank, uneducated, or simply have come from trauma and just don't know what it is.
The whole system. Go ahead, Miss Parker.
No, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
The whole system, these systems that we're governed under, religion, political, government, they need to be destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. I agree, Shank. But do you think they will be destroyed based off of just look what we're seeing and witnessing even now without TD McNutt, the Epstein, the Jay-Z's, and the Diddy's, and everybody? Will it be destroyed, Shank? Do you see it being destroyed or getting
Only way,
worse?
the only way it will be destroyed, it will have to be another catastrophe, like a COVID, like a Sodom and Gomorrah. It would have to be the country that we know of as America. It would really have to be destroyed, and things would have to start over. It would have to be a reset on this country, because as you can see, Miss Parker, it's only getting worse. Abolished. It's just getting worse, and who's gonna step in and put their life on the line. I mean, really put their life on the line. Those days of Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Jesse Jackson, and them, those days are long gone. It's long gone. It won't be no more, freedom fighters. Those days are gone. So we're just waiting. We're just waiting on that Sodom and Gomorrah, demonstration.
Mm. Then that's deep. That's deep. That right there is deep.
They're playing house.
Your daughter was touching too. She was a victim, and you guys weren't there at all whatsoever. As a matter of fact, I don't know you, the male, so you just came in the picture.
You've texted me over the years.
Over the years? How? Where? When?
You've texted me over the years.
When?
But this ain't about us. This ain't about this isn't about our family thing. This is supposed to be about Junior and McNutt. It wasn't even supposed to be about Cameron.
Okay. So
because
now,
she is the female that take care of her daughter. So the reason it's happened in the first place at her mama's. So
how do you know that she doesn't take care of her daughter? You're not here. You're not around. You're not around. You don't even be in the family, right? You don't.
You've been married for 23 years. You just came in the picture.
12 years. I've been here for 12 years.
Okay. So guys, ladies, please hold on one second. I think that it's important that I be clear here that obviously there is disagreement, and you all have something that's going on in your house. You have your version, and then you have one that's different. I don't even know if that's what we try in the court of public opinion. I think that what we figure out, again, effect of the McNutt, and you all obviously are saying two different things. And I don't think that either one could conclusively say either side is lying because y'all clearly don't live together. Is that fair?
Right. And none of us can speak on Junior and McNutt because none of us are there. None of us know them like that. And none of us have heard anything. She only knows what she has seen. We only know what we have heard. We can't speak to it, and neither can we. So we all should even be a part of this. She had no reason to even hop on here.
Okay, so my son was affected. You don't know that. Okay.
He was just down there 3 weeks ago.
Your daughter.
He was just down there 3 weeks ago.
My daughter and your daughter.
Why would you send him down there if you thought Kim was a sexual predator?
Your daughter told us, dude, shut up, talk to me, okay?
Why would you? The real Kim. There we go, Kim. Come on, there we go. There we go, Kim.
You need to stop talking to me because you a dude. You know what I'm saying? You need to
I can't speak to you because I'm a guy.
So
she don't take care of her motherfucking daughter, and that's
ain't nothing between me and you. We ain't got nothing.
Period. So you don't.
Me and you ain't spoken years.
Fucking mouth talking to me, boy.
So can we please stop for a second and stay focused? Now, listen though. Listen, y'all.
Look at the
listen. I understand
faces real quick. Paused on the screen. Again, this is part of the problem. And I can hear the anger, but I can hear the pain that Nikita's daughter has suffered something, And when you're sitting down with some parents when you sit down with somebody that's the parent of the child that touched your child, you're like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You try to have some kind of understanding. It's not something we want to hear about our child, but at the same time, try to have some understanding. And I don't get that, Shank, right here. I get that. And she said Crystal and the other young man need to see a therapist. They have seriously been conditioned to believe SA abuse is okay. How do you feel, Shank?
First, let me say appreciate that super chat, Miss Parker. It just, I gotta be careful with my choice of words, because I'm easy to go on one. I'm gonna let you speak, Miss Parker. I'm gonna let you speak.
I agree with her 100%. I agree with her because they are conditioned, Shank, to think this is okay. We've seen this in again within many cases, and stuff. Hey Rhapsody, hey Mother Ford. She said, hey the life of mines, hey Latasha Jackson, salute everybody. Flipmo said, wow. She said, sis, they locking the mama friend up, the girl live. They done drove me crazy. Okay, I'll check that out in a minute. Um, it's almost like Shank. I said this a while back last year. Sometime it's like the abnormal things are now supposed to be normal in our eyes.
Right.
Um, and look how they're looking at each other like, like, yeah, we got her upset. Like, I don't want to see a mother upset about, hey, Fancy. I don't want to see a mother upset about her child. And as much as I might not want to look at my son as a predator, I still have to empathize and sympathize with this woman that's telling me her daughter was touched again to come up with a solution.
No
Because
compassion.
clearly this child has mm-mm, 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 none, Shane.
No
And when
compassion.
you ain't got no compassion, what that say about you?
You ain't fit to be in society. You ain't fit to be around people. You ain't got no compassion. You gonna make a joke out of anything. Any and everything is a joke to you. You know, you don't got no sensitivity in you at all.
Yeah. Hey, Fancy, how you doing? Hey, Goddess Sisters. She said, Renee said, we're already there, Shank Rock. The Sodom and Gomorrah, for real, for real. Every great place, Pompeii, Rome, Egypt, etc., of the pedophiles transforms man against man, women, children. We are there in my Miss Parker voice. Yeah, I'm like Shank. The Sodom and Gomorrah days, we're seeing it. Shank is, it's almost like everything in the Bible that has happened. And I look at the Bible metaphorically, but really it's happening again. Just in our day, in our time.
History repeats itself. There's
Mm.
nothing new under the sun. It's it's right there. You know, we all know about Satan. We all know about the devil. This is the devil's playground,
Mm.
according to scriptures. This is the devil's playground. And when you get into any religion, all religion teaches you, and just depends on, how they, present it. Some religions give you the devil being government, some religions give you the devil being spirit, however it may be. This is Satan's world. This is his playground. And when you speak up against it, you the outcast. I've had people say why he doing the things he do, talking about my community work, my advocating work. Why he doing that stuff? Who told him to do that stuff? Won't he go find a job? And you just scratch your head and be like, wow. But it's people out here that think like that. That's
Mm-hmm.
on demon time. That rather see you doing something non-constructive. Rather see you throwing your life away. They don't want to see you helping people. Something ain't right. Why he helping people? The question is, why aren't you helping people?
Mm.
But be the main ones, God this, God that. Be the main ones, let me pray for you.
You ain't saying nothing but the truth.
It's some
Imperfectly
sick.
said I was abused.
Go ahead, Miss Parker. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, Shane. Go. No,
No,
go
you
ahead,
go ahead.
Shane.
You go ahead.
Imperfectly said I was abused at the age of 12, and the mother of the person who did it thought it was okay, and she protected him fully. This case is just sad. Come back through, Shank, and finish your thought. It's a sick what?
It's a sick world full of sick people, mentally, spiritually, anybody. anybody that doesn't see that McNutt is dead wrong, they are part of the problem. You can't dress it up. You can't. You can't dress it up and blame it on the boy. Oh, he had behavioral problem. You can't dress it up. Well, he did apologize. You can't dress it up. You got to start with McNutt. That's where it all starts at, and that's where it all ends at.
Mm.
And it's sad. It's sad that people defend him. Grown people. Come on, Miss Parker.
Ms. Beek said the Bible warned us about false prophets. Pamela said amen in that order. Hey, Serial, welcome, Pamela. She said, Smurf said exactly. They said Shank's helping people because that's his job for the weirdos. He said it in a video 9 years ago, shaking my head. And that's really, that's crazy. That's what I'm saying. It's like these victims are reliving this over.
Feelings with each other. Clearly, you do have feelings with each other. But get this, Nikita is saying that her daughter spoke to y'all's daughter, and in the video yesterday, the account was that when they would speak to the adults, there would be discipline. So to you all, or when you caught them, I know you spoke to this. Why would that be?
I would have no idea why that's a perception of Keita's child. My daughter said that the story that she gave me of her and Nia talking was just them talking about what used to happen. It wasn't Nia saying that, oh,
What do you feel about that, Shank? You said that. They said that the kids said they would be disciplined for speaking out about what they hearing from the friend. You know what happened with between Nikita's daughter and Cam. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a
Mm-hmm.
parent saying, "What? What happened?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me look into this." What are you saying?
You better
They got
not say
discipline.
you better not say nothing about the apostle. Look, we've been there. We all know people. We seen it. We witnessed it. We witnessed it so many times. It's sad. This is one of the reasons why we won't get ahead. This is one of the reasons why we can't get ahead. And that's just why I say, in every brotherhood, every sisterhood, every religion, every political arena, the people is jacked up. The people love pointing the finger at somebody else. They are trying to convince. It's the boy against McNutt. And these grown people are trying to convince people that it's the boy. How? Why? Because of McNutt. Look at his energy. We watched the demonstration yesterday, right? His whole energy, Miss
Mm-hmm.
Parker. His whole energy. If there was some men in that room with him, I promise you, at least one man would have said something to him. If it was a woman in there, even a woman that ain't under his spell, she would have checked him and been like, "Hold up, you can't talk to this boy like that." You could just see in his demeanor. Like I said, look at the little boy's demeanor. He's soft. He giving off that feminine energy. He's scared. If he was a troubled child, he would have bucked on McNutt. He would have bucked. A troubled child will buck on you. A troubled child will give you attitude. A troubled child ain't trying to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad. It's sad. Because the sad thing about it is there are thousands of other McNutts out here
Yes.
that's still underneath the radar, that still haven't been exposed.
I agree, Shank Rock. Fancy said demon possession is real. Flipmo said when abnormal becomes the norm, the devil moves in, and emotions and sympathies and feelings move out. She said this is just senseless. Rhapsody said it sounds like a cult. Thank you, Syria. We appreciate you. Latoya said the pastor said people get away with this type of thing all the time, and all they have to say is they're lying. They're lying. And now he's the one front and center with the charges from the same thing. Yeah, they usually are the ones that speak out. Don't you agree, Shank? The abusers. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because it'll make people think that, well, the pastor spoke out on this. He talked about this. So it's to overlook him. You know what I'm saying? Because he speaks
Yep.
on this type of thing.
And
Yeah,
he's the
Patricia, they said that's why.
he's the quote word. He's the quote unquote man of God. You know what I mean? God put him in that position. Why would God put him in that position? Why would God allow this? Take God out of the equation. You know, did God really put him in that position? Man, go ahead, Miss Parker, before I get on one. I
That's why it's
despise them. I'm
uncensored and
seriously.
unfiltered.
I'm serious. Those are the worstest two in the community. The gangsters, them dope dealers that's 40, 50, and 60 years old that's still pushing that line. I can't stand them. And them pastors. I can't. I'm just keeping it real. Go ahead before I get on one, Miss Parker.
Okay. Patricia said, are there any allegations against McNutt other than JR? Yes, that's why JR got removed out of the home because they're looking into other allegations that's been put out. People are starting to speak out, and I'm so glad, that they're not staying quiet. It's time. They're all corrupt. So sad. She said, darn right. Hey, Regina, what's going on? Flipmo said, kids with fear wear a mask from silent abuse are ready to crash out. And I think that's why he was looking up pistols in school. Flip mode was because of, he's ready to crash out. He's ready for it to all end and things. She said, we know God don't bless mess. It's sure not about confusion. She said, Miss Beek said, those pimps in the pulpit, Shankrock.
Yeah, looking good. Got all the women up front
You got
with them short skirts on. They ain't got Shank Rock. I tell them quick. Man, man, big pimping. I
Yeah,
mean, what's my man up there in Brooklyn? They just gave him 9 years. Um, it was either Brooklyn or the Bronx where he was getting all that money from the congregation and he was riding clean and had all the jewelry and all that, and people still sending him money while he locked up, and I
yeah.
can't get a dime. You hear me?
Thank you. Thank you might have to go to be a pimp in a pulpit, Shankrock, to
Yeah,
get
yeah, yeah,
fun around here.
yeah,
It's almost like you gotta be the bad man to get it.
yeah.
Because you don't. And it's sad that we don't get the support when we trying to push awareness out there. But man, go on and scratch all day and call women whores and bitches and funky
Yeah.
asses and oh man, they'll be in. Yeah,
Let
Shankrock, speak your mind. I know how you feel.
right,
You
right.
got that right. Yeah.
Let me start telling
Mm,
lies in the name of God. I have all kind of money, all kind of drawers and
mm,
thongs and all that extra shit. Let me do that. But the cold piece, Miss
yeah.
Parker, look, Miss Parker, this is the cold piece about it. The people still fall for it. Go ahead, Miss Parker.
Regina said, God don't have anything to do with the dumb decisions. Fancy said, Mr. Shank, you are spot on. We have been told to study to show ourselves approved. If you know the truth, you won't just believe anything. Pamela said, they don't want the woman no more. They want our children. So sad. I agree. Latoya said, the mom looks like she has checked out a long time ago. Something's just not right with her. I said that too, Latoya. I agree. CG4 said, brother polite. Shank, he said, brother polite. Can I get some support? Okay, Regina. That filth ain't no godly people. Hey Kiki, what's going on? She said exactly spot on. They still getting checks. Yeah, they still that's what Shank saying. Hey, they still getting paid. So it's almost like
so you were violated or I was violated. It wasn't in that nature. It was just recalling what we used to do.
They said, Shank, did you catch that? She said, it wasn't that she got violated. They're just doing stuff that we used to do. What did we used
Right.
to do? Because everybody wasn't having sexual intercourse at a young age. Everybody wasn't being touched inappropriately at a young age. Hey, Shank, the kids was just doing what we used to do.
Mm, mm.
What is that y'all used to do? Touch inappropriately, right? Because that's what the kids' allegations are. That
Mm-hmm.
they've been touched inappropriately. See where we are with the stupidity and the ignorance of it all,
Mm-hmm.
not being educated, Shank. Again, like you said, those are the ones that still paying that pastor that was the pimp in the pulpit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey sis, what it do, Callie baby? And you guys, I only need 5 more super stickers and super chats if you guys don't mind helping me reach my goal. It's actually for Shank Rock, you guys, because where his channel had all the fumbles and stuff, he didn't want to end the conversation, so we bought it over here. Fine Girl said they talking like the Harris family. So if you guys don't mind helping me get 5, it starts at 99 cents, okay?
Pulled Callie to the side and
Hey
talked to her,
Callie sis.
and Callie admitted her role in it.
Said because all of them whooped her ass and yelled at her. And then on top of that,
who got whooped? Who got whooped?
Because Callie got in trouble from all of their ass. I'm not talking to you, boy. So don't talk to me. I don't.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking to Callie.
We didn't whoop Callie. Callie didn't get whooped. We didn't whoop Callie.
I'm the crystal boy. I'm not talking to you. Okay? You don't even know me.
You're just. Hold on. If you don't know me, why have you messaged me? Why have you texted me? Why have you messaged me on Facebook? What are you talking about? I got messages and receipts. There we go. There we go. You know you. So we know that all the things you gotta say. But we can do that if you want. Don't. We won't talk about
and you
who you are.
Molest and you stayed in this
because we having to deal with. Never mind.
Oh, Shank, this is so dysfunctional. Oh my God. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Regina, so much. Thank you guys so much for Shank Rock. Shank Rock, they dropped those for you because these are for you and stuff. Mother Four, thank you so much. Thank you guys so much.
Appreciate y'all. I see you, Callie.
Lem-
Appreciate the love and support. Appreciate the super sticker, Mother of Four, Regina, Pamela.
Pamela dropped them.
I see y'all. I see you, Kiki, Miss Callie, Miss Flippy. Appreciate everybody.
Thank you guys. She said, "This is how situations like Nazia's case happens because people like this." Yeah, that's what me and Shank was agreeing about right there. It's real. It is dysfunctional. Shank, I can't believe this I know Jedediah's mind was up there like what? Because if this was thrown at me, y'all, I'd look like Jedediah. I'd look just like Jedediah. Because it's almost like this can't be real, Shank.
Especially, let's see, this is what I'm saying, y'all. Especially when you see it for what it is. What are you talking about, Shank Rock? Look at how McNutt got that little boy dressing. The biggest red flag of them all is McNutt getting that little boy's eyebrows waxed, arched, or whatever you call it. That's the proof right there. That lets you know. Appreciate that trigger talk. Ain't no man supposed to do that. I'm sure if you push up on some men that are transformers, they would even testify to that and say, you know what? And I'm as fruity as the rainbow. I wouldn't have took the little boy to get his eyebrows waxed or arched or whatever. That's it right there. Look at how he got that little boy looking. I ain't saying the little boy got to be looking like Mean Joe Green. I ain't saying the little boy got to be looking like he ready to take somebody's head off. But that little boy looked soft. That little boy looked just like a transformer. That little boy looked more girlier than a girl. So
He did.
that right there lets you know what time he on. You know what type of time a person on by the way they talk, certain words that they say, and how they look, how they dress. He groomed that little boy. He groomed him. Then the second red flag is how aggressive he got with him in the interview. You saw it, Miss Parker. The writer saw it.
And you know, Shank, this is my thing. I felt like because he did he did a video, and he said I'm guilty of tickling his thigh, and I like, you know what I'm saying, to dumb it down. Like, you know, he came to bring the pedophilia as a joke. You know what I'm saying? He laughed. Yeah,
Right,
I'm guilty. And he's really expressing the guilt, but his people are taking it like, go on, Pastor, you fine,
right,
Apostle,
right,
you fine. You know what I'm saying? When he's
right.
really admitting the guilt because he knows what he
Bingo.
already know he's been targeted before. So he knows, so I'm
Bingo.
gonna dumb it down and play along, play in their face even more. Like, you know,
Bingo.
I'm acting like I'm bringing it to the forefront that I'm guilty for tickling my nephew, that it was just fun and game. We can't have fun, or else, you know, I'm gonna get criticized for having fun. No, no.
Don't no
It was
grand
all
don't no grown man belong tickling no teenager. Don't no grand come on now. Come on, man. You
not at
groomed him.
all.
You groomed him. Now, like I said, whether he was already in that lane of a transformer, I don't know. But I know when he got with McNutt, if he wasn't in that lane, McNutt made sure he got in that lane. If he was thinking about getting in that lane, McNutt made sure he got in that lane. If he wasn't in that lane, McNutt made
Mm,
sure he got in that lane. And he ain't the
mm.
only one. And I promise y'all, trust me, when it play out, somebody else is going to come out. Another boy is going to come out. Another family member is going to come out. Watch when it play out.
I agree. Hey Hasana, hey Passion. How you been, Hasana? Nice seeing you. Thank you so much, Trick. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate that so much, Trigger Talk TV. And if you need your link drop, just drop down and we'll get that. Y'all dropped Trigger Talk TV's link for me. He said the tickles is how they start testing the waters.
Facts. That's facts.
Absolutely.
That's facts. That's facts. Cause I mean, like I said, a troubled little boy ain't gonna let no man tickle him. A troubled little boy ain't gonna let no female tickle him. He troubled. He ain't going for nothing. A troubled little boy. Now, a little boy that ain't troubled, a little boy that's straight and focused, he ain't gonna let no man tickle him. Cause he knows this is some feminine stuff going on right here. Wait a minute. You tickling me on my stomach, you're tickling me on my side. Next, you're gonna be trying to tickle me upstairs. Or y'all know where I'm coming from. I'm trying to stay PG. These little kids ain't as dumb as some people think they are. They're very intelligent. So they know. Ain't no troubled boy gonna allow that. During my troubled days, I wasn't allowing nothing.
Mm-mm.
You ain't gonna allow that. A troubled little boy ain't gonna be walking around soft like that, feminine like that. What was he doing? Well, explain to Shank Rock exactly when you say he's trouble or he was trouble. Exactly what was he doing? Because those type of people, they ain't gonna cause too much problems. What was he, sassy out the mouth? Is that what it was, McNutt? He got sassy out the mouth with you? And if he got sassy out the mouth with you, what you wanted to do? Put your chest on swole to let him know that you the man? You reap what you sow. That boy got to get older. That little boy is going to become a man. And most men, I can speak for myself, most men, when they become a grown man, most men recall all the things that people done to them. And most men look for revenge. I can't let this slide. Let this dude do this to me. Nah, here's the perfect time to get him. It could be 20 years later. And you run up on the dude that was taking your chocolate milk from you back in third grade.
Mm.
You got him now. He done forgot about what he done to you in third grade. This is how men think. You humiliated me. Don't let the little boy get in touch with his masculinity side. Man, McNutt, your head gonna be chopped off.
She said yes, he's already looking up pew pews in school. Yeah. And the fact I agree with you, Shank, 100%. I just kind of want to go off something that Kiki was saying in the chat. They said a couple of mods saying how they made them pee. They talked about how they made them pee, and things like that. It's so much. It's just gut wrenching. Shay, I just can't believe this is the conversation. This is what's really happening. Oh, we tickled them so hard we made them pee. Things like that. This the most. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let him up. And they said had him under girl blankets. Said the cover was made for a female and things like that. Patricia said they fatten him up where I'm from, but because Junior's, JR small for 15, and maybe he liked to keep him petite. Cam wasn't that big, and some they like to keep petite to be as feminine as possible. You get what I'm saying to me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're right. You're right. So if they did attempt to, buck up on him or whatever, they only weigh a buck 10 soaking wet. Ain't really nothing that they gonna be able to do with that grown man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She said Smurf said he sat in it like a victim as that man spoke. He's a coward, that cloth guy. That's all I can call him, that cloth guy. When children of age piss on themselves, that's because there's something going on. Had a friend at 15 still doing it. And then she opened up to me. That's true, TT. Thank you so much, Rhapsody. Hey, honey, 5K. Thank you so much, Rhapsody. Shank Rhapsody sent in or Valerie. I'm sorry, Valerie. Thank you, Valerie. I apologize, sis. I'm so sorry.
Appreciate that, Valerie.
Commercial, guys.
Nikita.
Disrespectful.
Read a motherfucking book and help your daughter.
So disrespectful.
My daughter's doing great.
So disrespectful.
Nikita, please hear me now. This is what I'm begging of you to do for me, everybody. Again, we're so far off the point.
Exactly.
And listen, you guys don't have to, y'all don't have to go with each other at the end of the day. I think that we got this one understanding. You now both have a different account. But it doesn't mean that either side is lying, because you are all going on what things you were told by your children.
Yes.
Crystal side of this, has your child been in interaction with Apostle McNutt at all?
Only when we went down for the graduation.
When you went down for graduation. When you met with Cameron while he was there, you believe that this was good for him?
Yes.
Yes.
We didn't see anything that was like questionable, or as far as how he's being, how they are, how they're living, how they've been treated.
How he's where his head is, where he's focused on was all great.
She had no fucking.
Where is that flourishing, Shank Rock? Shonda said, I don't know why I don't see you in the chat on the computer, but Shonda said if he's tickling his thighs, I'm sure his ass blowing in his stomach. Shake on my head. Definitely grooming. So sad. Honey 5K said he looks like my son when he was 10. Absolutely. People do not forget. They have shows about it. Yes. Her voice really irritates me. It does. Let's get to it, Shank Rock. They said his son is down there flourishing. They don't see nothing wrong. Y'all don't see the appearance from your son to the eyebrows being arched. Shank Rock, this is for you.
Appreciate that super chat.
Shank.
Great demonstration, you two. Who that from, Renee?
Yes.
Love you too, Renee. I mean, now you got
Yeah,
to
we love you,
question.
Renee. Thank you so much.
Now you got to question everybody that's in agreement with it. Everybody that's condoning it. It says a lot about them. You know, they weird. It's all a big cult. Bunch of transformers running around. It's sad. That's all I can say, y'all. It's sad. And these are the people
Uh,
that's in power. These are the people that's uh in position, judges and others that hold high positions. So it ain't a coincidence things are ran the way they ran. Cause look who's in power.
mm, mm. And Shank did not see a transformation in your son. I'm pretty sure that he didn't talk as soft as he is. And if y'all okay with y'all son saying he wants to stay in a relationship and things like that with this man, get his eyebrows arched, it definitely speaks volumes. I'm scared of parents like that in today's society. Carmisha said, "So wait, I saw that man with the little boy, but hell, I thought it was a little girl. I skipped past it because I thought to myself, oh Lord, here goes another Jarvis Buds for this to be a boy." Absolutely. Kamisha thought JR was a little girl.
And
She
for us men, it took us a long time because back in the days, like the 60s, 70s, the 80s, and I'm gonna say a little bit of the 90s, a lot of men wasn't getting manicures and pedicures, I mean straight men. So it took us a long time to, what I'm saying, start getting the pedicures and manicures. Look, y'all feet's dirty, your fingernails got dirt all up underneath, whoopty woo and all that. So we was like, okay, we can get with that. Okay, but you ain't gonna put no fingernail polish, no all that wooty woo, no extra stuff. Okay, woo 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 woo. But let's look at, I mean, what what cleanliness is what I'm trying to get to, comes in with getting a man's eyebrows arched. Maybe somebody can help me out, and maybe I'm missing something. Is it anybody, including you, Miss Parker? Is it anybody that sees a man getting his eyebrows waxed or arched as something in the arena of cleanliness?
I'm
Anybody?
I, I'm still, they said that he would invite other men. He would take the boys to get groomed allegedly and then invite other men. So people felt like those other men was, he cleaned them up and gave them good clean faces and arch eyebrows and things to entertain the other men that he would bring around. He will take them to elegant restaurants and not saying, we can't, it's nothing wrong with taking your child to elegant restaurant, but when on the nights that you get my eyebrows arched and my nails, pedicured and everything's good and clean on me, and now we're going to meet other men.
And let me slide in. And I ain't saying as a man that you got to look like you ready to take somebody's head off. But as a man, as a boy, as a male, you should have some type of masculinity look to you. I mean, you're not supposed to be looking softer than a woman. You're not supposed to be looking, so but this is under the, now I get it if a woman, but I know women that won't even do that with their sons. I know for a fact. I know you'll slap the shit out of Ty and Poppy. You know what I mean? If they even
You
if they
already know.
even if they even thought about, because you understand. Nah, you don't want your sons to be these gangsters and all, but you do want your sons to have that masculinity to them, for whereas though if something pop off, they ready to get down. Yes or no, Miss Parker?
Absolutely. And like you said, and it's a major difference from a young man coming to you, talking to you about that's what he wants versus and this is a man doing this. This is not a mother. This is a man. It's not good either way to me. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Shank, it's being that's the perception now on TV. They're making it okay. So he's using that. He's definitely using that to his advantage. I see that. Manipulators and narcissists do that, especially when they're grooming young men and women.
He's setting
Regina
that
says
little.
so if he would have go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Miss Parker. Go ahead.
Regina was saying so if he would have unalived him, then the baby would be doing time for protecting himself, shaking my head. Go ahead, Shank, with your thought.
Appreciate that super chat, Jacqueline. Hey, have you seen the short of Postal say it's true he messed up? Did we see that, Miss Parker?
Mm-mm. Nope, I
Appreciate
ain't
that.
seen that one.
Appreciate that super chat, Jacqueline. But like I said, the proof is in the pudding. Just look at how he got that boy looking. That's the first red flag. And you a man. You a male, so you already know. You already know you setting this little boy up for failure. And like you were saying, Miss Parker, now if he comes to you, if a young boy comes to me, and if that's what they want to do, it's really nothing that I can do. I can only say to them, whatever road you take in life, just be careful. Whatever road you take in life, make sure it's something that you want to do. Appreciate that super sticker, Peaches. But I ain't about to send nobody down this
Thank you.
road over here. And I know the repercussions of this road. I already know. Yo, you set this boy up for failure. And you have a nerve to say, oh, he acting like a sissy. I see why. Look who watch he under. I mean, come on. You talk to the little boy. You let him know certain things as a man ain't accepted. You don't yell at that little boy. You don't fuss that little boy out. You don't embarrass that little boy because that little boy got feelings. You take your time with that little boy. You give that little boy an opportunity, but you groomed him. You can't tell me
Mm.
nothing different. You groomed him. And you better be careful. You better be careful.
Yeah, I think that's the video we seen yesterday. Yeah, Jacqueline, we played a short of that. I think of are you talking about the one with JR? Hey, pretty privilege. She said my son would never want nothing like that. He has an electrician, and I be telling my son he needs to go get his feet done. Not like painting or anything. He don't even want it. Okay, honey, 5K. Thank you so much, Peaches. Thank you, Jacqueline. She said it's so sad. I have a 13 and an 8-year-old. She said exactly because he definitely was looking up pow pows in school. Trigger said exactly. My son, 15 years old, 6'3", and a man can't even touch his shoulder. He definitely don't play that. Yeah, because that's that masculine part that's coming out of him, Trig. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That
Go
like
ahead, Miss Parker.
no, that's any man. That's any man. Go ahead, Shane.
You're right. You on trigger. Y'all right. It's not happening. It's not. And as a male, I have to instill certain things in this little boy. As a male, like my son, my grandson, and any boys that's under my watch, it's certain tools that I got to give them for this world. Look, don't go out here messing with nobody. Don't go out here trying to fight nobody. But if somebody come at you, get them up out of here. I can't have this little boy under my watch looking like them boys giving them these type of tools. Who gonna take them serious? If man, you set that boy up, man. That boy, as the people in Cali say, that boy gonna be a mark. when people see him, they gonna think that they can take advantage of him. They gonna think that they can have their way with him. Damn.
I agree with what the Ari said. She said not even when she said you still not taking him to do it when he's grown. She said that's on him. Like he's gonna have that free choice to say,
Right.
hey, I want to get this done. But she said it's not something that she would even put on her child. Like, oh, let's go get your, let's go get your eyebrows done. And since we don't had this conversation, let's get you dialed up. You know what I'm saying? She said
Right.
Princeton have developed an eating disorder as it's the one thing he can control. I agree, pretty privileged. I noticed that. She said that lady was sitting next to him, looking lost, just agreeable with that. The pervert needs to be locked up. All of them do. She said, hell, he
And that's
probably starves. Go ahead,
That,
Shane.
that's like with raising my daughters. That's like with Erica and Keita. When I would go shopping with them, I would have to go wear the dresses and skirts and stuff like that. I would have to take them to the makeup and stuff. You know what I mean? Because ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be dressing my girls like a boy. Ain't no way in the world I'm gonna be putting sweatsuits, big clothes, big jeans, and all that on my daughters. Cause I do understand they got to have that feminine side to them. So I would take them and we would go to the store. I would go and say, okay, this is where y'all get y'all clothes from. I would show them over there to dress girly.
That's true, Shank. Send it to me, Jacqueline. On you got my email. Send it to me there. She said, T Mills, thank you so much, T Mills. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. I want to touch on the feminine part, like she was saying about him not eating. It's almost like he kept him right how he wanted, petite, and to get that more feminine look. If you bigging them up, you know what I'm saying? They gonna have it, man. Nobody wants that when you're grooming and you're into little boys. You know what I'm saying? They don't want them big gawky. You know what I'm saying? Mike Tyson. They want to keep them as petite, to me, as petite as possible and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I see that. That it was definitely that. It was definitely given, and he did abuse them, y'all, physically. It has been physical abuse. That's why JR had to do that video and apologize to everybody because he went to school. And this is my thing with the school not making it safe, because the school had no right calling them and letting them know that he made that report. That was supposed to be confidential right there. So his safe places, Shank, again, have been gone because the school has now went, hey, JR came to the office and showed us some bruises. When the little boy said, don't tell him. Don't tell him I said nothing. I'll get punished. And what happens? Another safe place. Gone, Shane. Gone. Some girls wear their clothes big so you can't see their figures. Yeah. Yeah. Again, thank you, T Mills. Thank you so much.
You, hindsight 2020, with all of this that has come out online, do you still believe that to be the case?
That's not for us to judge. We only could go by what we experienced with them. We weren't there even enough to experience anything.
Shane, are they okay?
Mhm.
He said, what do you think about what you seeing now? Well, we didn't have that experience with him, so hey, we ain't got nothing to do with us. Versus now that you're seeing what's happening online, you got to go back to what happened with your child and the stories that have been displayed in the past. It's in the present. And you're saying, well, he hasn't showed us that, I ain't got to see him touch a kid. Why do we got to see somebody touch a kid? Versus when do the kids not have a voice and we not believe them and look into things? But if we've had this prior situation, something being said about him in the past, we have to look at this with a clear lens and say, yeah, I can see this versus, hey, we ain't seen him do it. I ain't seen him do nothing. Shame. Peaches said the school system, just to think what it used to be, they're not concerned about these children. They're getting a paycheck and going home. I agree. I'm just saying, Kiki, and see, Miss Parker and Shank, this is why the children don't tell, because they have nowhere to go with their trauma. Exactly. Church ain't hell. The two safest places is church, and at least we thought when we was growing up, church and a school, right, Shane?
Yep, that's
It
fact. That's fact.
and then the judges, like Regina said, I'm gonna go off what Regina said a minute ago. So if the little boy goes and pals the apostle, he gonna do life for being a victim. He's gonna now be the problem because the pastor done made him come out and make it like he was the problem. Make him do confessions, lie to everybody. I'm sorry to the judge. I'm sorry to the police. I'm sorry to my fellow schoolmates. The schoolmates had no business knowing. Nobody knew the little boy made the report until the school said something.
That's
So now
facts.
everybody knows that he's being groomed and everybody knows he's being beaten. The humiliation, Shane.
That's facts.
Thank you, Pamela. Me and Shank appreciate it. Thank you so much. She said, hell, the boy ran away to Burger King to get help. And did he get it? Did he get it? They're being abused for telling. I'm just saying, CG, they're being abused for telling. It's a sad shame.
That's
Kids
facts.
are now being abused for telling. Wanting some comfort, wanting some help. Who is here to help them? That's
Mm,
why I said
mm,
we have to start doing boots on the ground and doing resolution. It don't have to be death to put boots on the ground. We
mm,
need change. And
mm,
change comes from us normal people because we only speak out on our. Y'all think they take our platform serious?
mm,
We're just another black person rambling,
mm.
complaining. This is what they call complaining.
Yep. Facts.
What
Facts.
Shank does, they don't call that change. They call Shank Rock being a problem, complaining.
Yep. That's facts. He just complaining. What he talking about? What he complaining about today? Man, you know what I mean? That's the state of mind. That's where they're at. That's because we've been programmed. So when the 5% come along and 5%, you know what I'm saying, wakes up the masses, when the 5% comes to raise the dead, the 5% gets outcasted. Because 85% of the people is deaf, dumb, and blind. That's your Night of the Living Dead, your zombie movies that they was making. They was making
Mm,
it on a spiritual level, a mental level. But that 85% is deaf, dumb, and blind because they've been controlled by 10%. It's 100%. Break it down. So if you're a part of the 5%, oh man, you're gonna get looked as a outcast. That's why I said it came back to me that so and so said, you know, this about Shank. So and so said that about Shank. Man, what are you doing that for? Well, where are the people that was doing what I'm doing in our day and time? This is what I grew up on. I grew up
mm,
on each one, teach one, each one, reach one. This is what I grew up on. I grew up on the gangsters from the 50s and the 60s, educating us and teaching us how to take care of the community, how to do your thing, because it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And this is why I always tell people, do your thing. I ain't trying to knock nobody's hustle, but we got to take care of these babies because grown folks took care of us. If y'all was around during them times, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. What happened to the PTA meetings? The Parents Teachers Association. What happened to those meetings? Those were parents. What happened to the neighborhood block watch? What happened to all of the recreation centers? Those
mm,
parents wasn't getting paid. They were volunteering their time at them recreation centers. Because we grew up on Whitney Houston. I believe the children are the future. What is wrong with
mm,
y'all? What
mm.
is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Have y'all forgotten y'all way?
Time Warp said, I won't be surprised if they start homeschooling him. Yeah, you know, they're he's definitely gonna change a lot. But he's being looked into, guys. They took JR out of the house due to other allegations coming forward, people coming forward and stuff like that. So thank God to that. They said the blind leading the blind, the bad is outnumbering the good. Absolutely pretty privileged. And let me see. Renee, absolutely, I agree 100%. She said, not these cheering, okay? Titi said, not these cheering. She said, exactly, pretty privileged and stuff. So yeah, I just agree with you guys. And Shank, I agree 100%.
The question
No.
of
Did it seem like Cameron was in danger? No, it did not.
Did it seem like Junior was in danger? No. No, Junior interacted with my dad. Yes, and she liked to talk to Junior. She didn't say anything about feeling any kind of way about him or worried or anything.
Okay. Nikita.
Yes.
You feel differently.
I do. I saw differently.
I
witnessed.
There's something that I need clarity on. Mm-hmm. You went to his church for how long?
So I went for the first time I went to his church, it was about 2 to 3 weeks that I was there. And then the second time it was no longer than 2 or 3 weeks. So I wasn't at the church long. And then I was there virtually or online. So I saw everything in online that he did in front of the members that didn't say anything.
But you never physically was a member at their church physically?
Physically, no, not in person. Okay. No.
And
we physically went to the church service there.
You did?
Nobody asked anything.
Yeah, we saw Cameron's ordination, right? It's ordination.
Okay, but that's like a service. You went to a service.
Just a service. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So neither one of you all have spent an extensive amount of time with his church.
No.
Nikita is saying that she went to his church virtually after her son came and told her some things, and so she was watching for that stuff. The first time you went there, why were you there, Nikita?
So the first time I was there, because I was watching Cameron, the people were treating or humiliating him on live, talking about him. He has a speech impediment. So TD McNutt would put him on live and talk about him in front of everybody on the live. And so I would share that with his dad. Hey, look, pay attention to what's going on here. But he would brush.
She said that Cameron had a speech impairment, Shane, and that TD McNutt will put him on blast to shame him.
Third red flag. Go ahead, Miss Parker. Third red flag.
Mm-hmm. And you know, shaming them brings them down and starts showing what, Shane? A feminine side. You know what I'm saying? He's breaking them down. He's taking all the, if y'all see, this is red flags of breaking down the boys' masculinity.
Yep.
Sizing them down to what he wants them to be, which is the feminine side.
That's facts.
Hey, Galatians. Wow. Get the kids, humiliate them in church. Get the kids to and Time Warp has said, correct, Shank, the interaction in school is null and void these days with parents in most cases. It is 100% Time Warp. It's almost like it's non-existent anymore. This is crazy, Shank. And shout out to Nikita. She was like, you know, that's what made her keep attending. Cause she said after I seen him humiliate the boy, I'm like, what? Cause we know that ain't going down in church. That's like bringing the homeless person up to the pulpit and you're riding down on him in front of the congregation. Wouldn't that make somebody say, what's going on? Wait a minute. What I done walked into? And shout out to her for looking for those signs like this isn't right. Let me see what's going on in this church.
Mm.
And they're looking at her like, well, you kept pretending. No, hey, antennas went up. He's got this young man, instead of uplifting him, he's turning him down in front of the congregation, and we're online. How many people's watching online versus even being in the church? What's really going on? Yeah, he was breaking them down. And I'm gonna play like me and Shank is gonna be here for another probably 10 minutes, you guys. So if anybody wants to come up and share their thoughts with me and Shank really quick before we get out of here, you guys. I want to just share a little bit more, but I want you guys to go check out Jedediah Brown. If y'all don't mind dropping Jedediah's link one more time. Jedediah, shout out to you for bringing all of this together, y'all. He's got so many parts that I want to go catch up on. This is not it for me covering Jedediah's links, because this is where the people are going, and I got to break this down with my people and just really hear y'all thoughts and stuff. She said when Mel Gibson said what he said years ago about what they were doing to the babies, I believed him. Then they blackballed him, said it was crazy. What he said was bad, demonic, and horrific. Just like they, what was it called? What was the name of the movie he made? It wasn't Jesus, but what was it? Oh, Passions of the Christ. Passions of, I didn't know what was so crazy about the movie. Hell, we make all kind of sex movies. We make all kind of sex movies, right? We make all kind of movies about killing. Don't we, Shane? Movies about somebody killing somebody, even if it's Friday the 13th or none of them. But soon as Passions of the Christ came out, because he had spoke up, Mel Gibson had spoke up, and when Passions of the Christ came out, man, they banned it from all the studios. They didn't want nobody to hear about Lord. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to hear. They didn't want to hear from him. We're stopping his money. They made it like it was just about. It was both the Lord and the fact that he spoke out. Who Mel Gibson think he is? We're blackballing him. He's putting out our secrets and saying what we're doing. She said manipulation. Yes. I remember when he said that. Yes. She said Jed did a really good job and is doing really good. I pray that he gets resolution and those boys get to a safe place. I'm sorry if I missed the chat. I'm nesting and cleaning. Yes. She said, you great go in labor. Kiki said she just found it. When you start cleaning like that, you going in labor. Those were having heart attacks in the theaters here in Louisiana. Yeah, Galatians. Yeah. When I saw the older, tall, young on screen saying how much he loves the apostle and appreciates everything he's done for him, like Father, yada, yada, I was embarrassed for him. When he said relationship, hey, joy to the world, when he said relationship, it took me out the game. I was like, not I want to continue to stay in a relationship.
Shit off. The mother didn't care either. So, I just continued to watch him pray. That's the only thing that I could do for him because I couldn't do anything else.
Is this was this at the time when you were in a relationship with his dad, or you guys were just in communication?
We was in a relationship, but we were separated. Been separated for 9 years, but we're back and forth. Listen, y'all need to stop acting like kids, okay? Need to read a book, okay? It's Black History Month.
You're the one. Yeah, just say what you got to say.
I know, because you guys.
Why the animosity between the two of you? I don't get it.
Right, he don't know me. Is the whole thing. Now,
if I don't know you, then why have you messaged me on Facebook and text me?
So can you guys?
Okay, that makes sense.
Can I get an understanding? Why the animosity?
Deal with this over there.
Because this is the kind of thing she created, and this is something she would have typically do.
You both have children that people are overall trying to figure out if they are okay or not. So
right. And that should be the focus.
So why are you all into it? What is the issue right here? It don't really make sense to me. Why are y'all mad at
We're all here to make sure that it's about the kids and that the kids are being protected.
I know she didn't say that. They sent up her Shank, daddy up here. They taunting, you know what I'm saying? It is, I get, and Nikita was dating Cam's father, and she said, once I told them hey, they didn't do anything about it. All thing I can do is pray. You know what I'm saying? Pray for them, pray for the little boy and stuff. What can you do? What can you do? You know, I'm telling the parents, hey, I will look into this. Hey, I'm gonna tell somebody I'm dating, hey, look into this. This ain't looking too right. It's a Shank Rock on the panel, Joy to the World. It ain't looking right. I don't like this and stuff like that. And then when you come in, Jedediah said the right thing. We trying to make sure y'all two kids are okay. And y'all sitting up for nigga, look this bitch. This is why we are here. This is why we are here. This is why people like TD McNutt will forever get away. Because of this simple-minded ass behavior. Then she got there, well, yeah, that's why I thought we was here to talk about protecting the kids, not with the way y'all acting. This is why the kids are unprotected. You sat there earlier in the video and said the kids were just doing what we used to do. What did you used to do? And what age was you when you used to do it? Nobody said, hey, go out there and have sex. Y'all having sex? Yeah, we had sex at a young, but everybody's not doing that in the household. Everybody's not having sex at a young age. That's the one thing you try to prevent. Until the kids get out and get on their own. What we trying to do till they're 18 is get them educated. Figure out their goals, their dreams. To make sure when they leave the home and the nest that they're successful at everything they do. To accomplish more. We don't have them in the home to, you know what I'm saying, watch them have sex and, make them okay with doing things inappropriately at an early age and use words like, oh, y'all was experiencing, okay. What, Shank? I don't think I've ever heard that word in our household, unless it was a science experiment. Not anything sexual. Most of them do not show up. They're not protecting no kids. They own daughter is a victim, and they basically saying she is not because she participated. Yes. Hey, Mia's Creation. No, LOL, not on your panel. Jedediah's panel. Oh, Crystal Nim has kids that was victims of Jedediah. I don't know if she's Cam's mom in right here or not. Thank you, TT. Thank you. Shout out to you, TT. Thanks to everybody that supported Shank and me tonight. I appreciate that so much. Okay, I do. But I think Crystal and I forgot his name in Nikita. I want to look them up. But yeah, let me get this last little bit of video out, y'all, and break it down. We break it down together. Thank you, TT, again. Thank you, sister. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, Cam is her nephew. Yes, he's some kin to the lady in the red. But she told Nikita, she was saying that their kids was experimenting. If you guys go back, I want you guys to go back. That's why I don't want to play all his video. I just want to get some of his video and break it down and try to show y'all what we're up against with this TD McNutt story, to bring awareness to what's really happening, what's happening in the church, and not just in the church, but the followers that it gains, the people that are supporting this, and what we are really up against. Because we got a hell of a fight on our hands. And protecting children is definitely on the list. But when you are up against demonic entities, when you are up against devil work, baby, it is different. It's harder.
As far as this ain't about Cam. It's not about being like shining on Cam or what he has done. I feel like nobody should have been able to come take an opportunity to then go through that door. And now we are going off the rails over focus of the real point. For what?
Okay.
How is bringing up child pedophilia or essaying opportunity? How is that somebody using it to open the door for opportunity? Opening the door for awareness, of course. I think that's what Nikita's doing, and it's like they're trying to shut her down and make, build up TD Jakes to be something, that he's really not. They're you, when you ain't gotta build the cloth yourself, Shank, you ain't gotta put the mask on. You got people around you that's putting the mask on for you. It hits different. And
Mm-hmm.
we really
Mm-hmm.
have to stay prayed up in this battle, is what I was saying. It's not going to be easy because, again, it's more bad than good, like they said in the chat earlier. It's so much more bad than good. Shank, any last thoughts?
Yeah. Shout out to Miss Parker. Shout out to the riders. If you see something that ain't right with any child, please report it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it starts with you asking the child, is everything okay? And those are my last words. We got to do better by these children. And I'll see everybody at 10 p.m. on my channel for the latest update on Genesis Nova Reed story. Appreciate you, Miss Parker.
Thank you so much, Shank. Thank you so much, Shank. I appreciate you for joining me tonight. And you guys, Shank Rock is gonna be boots on the ground. Tomorrow he's gonna be in LA. They got a big case out there in LA. So shout out to him and John Barnett, of course. And we'll all be going to Louisiana next week. Boots on the ground. Another big story coming out of Louisiana. Shout out to you, John Barnett, for inviting me. Shout out to Shank Rock for inviting me. You know what I'm saying? Want me to start putting in the work with them. And I'm so excited. I'm super excited. Hey, Nurse K, baby. Y'all drop my bookies link, please. Hey, Casino, what it do? She said, if I don't kidnap them, you see something, say something. Thank you, Time Warp. Thank you. Thanks for bringing awareness for these children. And thank you, sis. You know what I'm saying? You really been back there. You and Goddess and them. My team has really, TT and all of them have been back there dropping anything about TD, McNutt, Lola, all of y'all. Thank y'all so much. And to the subscribers that I hit me up on my email, you know what I'm saying? Keeping me up to date. Even with the Genesis case, I don't want to hear the updates, but I am going to join Shank because this has been one hell of a day watching this. They said that the friend was arrested. I will catch that over on Shanks, you know what I'm saying? But we have to get this man locked up. We have to get this man put away and stuff. We cannot keep allowing this. We cannot keep putting a mask on, and we can't allow people to keep putting masks on these men. Whether they call themselves pastors or not, who am I to say what they are? I don't care what they are or who they are. If it's a judge, if you see something inappropriate, say something. If it's a police officer, if you see something, say something. Don't wait till it's too late and these kids don't have a voice and, say, I do remember a time when, a pastor, because you still want to feel, you still want to belong to the congregation. You know what I'm saying? You want to turn a blind eye to why he keep wanting to talk to the kids. Like, why he keep wanting to take the little boys and the little girls. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't feeling all of that. Why not speak up? But see, we're part of that, putting that mask on when we turn a blind eye to the situation that's displayed in front of us. Nurse K, I don't know why you ain't. TT, can you drop Nurse K's link for me? I don't know why I don't see it on my phone. Oh, she's up there. Okay. Yeah, catch her name in the chat for me and drop it, y'all, please. I see it on the computer, but I don't know why YouTube is tripping like it is. They don't want us to get these messages out, y'all. YouTube don't want us to bring this awareness, honey. I'm trying to tell you that cut you short. That cut you at the ankles so you won't bring this good information. That woman got me clear my throat, so irritating. No, not pastor, more like Cole. Absolutely. Thank you, TT, so much. Here's Shank Rock's link, you guys. Make sure y'all pull up over there at 10 o'clock. We all been following Genesis. I know me and my team, the riders, was up early this morning watching the Facebook Live that went left. Everything went left. We never got the closure, but it is updates. I pray that they didn't find baby Genesis. I pray that this mother, if just do the right thing per your child and just say where she is. You're not getting out. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how they rather rot in jail than and let these kids suffer. Baby Emmanuel, instead of saying, hey, yeah, I buried him over there. I threw him. These kids have no future. I used to believe that song that Whitney Houston said, I believe the children are our future. I don't believe that anymore. I'm not seeing that. But this is the time now. Shout out again to John Barnett and Shank Rock for all they're doing down here in North Carolina, what he's doing down in Mississippi. Now they're going to LA tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'm so proud of these brothers. We need more brothers like them to get out there and stand for something. You know what I'm saying? Stop letting them do anything to us, especially with these hospitals, the negligence against us black people, our melanated people. And here we are in Black History Month. Tomorrow I will be covering my Black History segments, or maybe I pushed it to, yeah, tomorrow. While Shank Rock is gone, I'm gonna have a little piece to myself, okay? She said Jad went live, okay. See something, say something, salute. Thank you, Hassan. A life with Amina. She said, they did not. They did not what, Life with Amina? I seen the news said they found nothing to lead them to believe she was there. Okay, so they found nothing. That's good that she wasn't, that we don't want to find her dead for sure. Just sad because honestly they're looking for her body. So Shank Rock's gonna bring updates. I would like to hear some breakdowns of what he's seen today and everything like that. Because a lot of stories, it's a lot of stuff that ain't being said. But I got pictures of the burning mattress and stuff like that. Instead of them saying she did burn a mattress, but the mattress they found is not hers. When y'all putting out that wasn't her mattress, but I got pictures of them, a woman actually showing her out there burning the mattress. So let's just, we have to put factual information to gain understanding, and it gets the police to where they need to be, the FBI and all them where they need to be to find this baby. She's got $1 million bond. We know she's not making that. That lady with the pink, the friend was stopped and the car was searched. I'm glad because she popped up. I'm going to talk to Shank Rock about that and we'll get over there, okay, with that. But y'all make sure y'all pull up with Unfiltered and Uncensored Conversation with Shank Rock and Miss Parker. We'll be keeping this going as we continue to get updates on what's going on with TD McNutt as well. And I know while I'm home alone, I'm going to be breaking down some more of Jedediah's videos, but me and Shank is going to keep bringing different conversation topics, some relationship, things that, that need to be talked about. Anything y'all can think of, leave it in the comment section and let us know what y'all would like to hear from me.